Hey, Cowboys fan! Big news is buzzing around the NFL right now, and it involves our Dallas Cowboys possibly making a huge move in the 2025 NFL Draft. Rumor has it that the Cowboys have been in talks with the Tennessee Titans about trading up to secure the No. 1 overall pick. This could be a game changer for the future of the team, and let me tell you, the speculation is only heating up after this news broke at the NFL Scouting Combine. Now, before we get too excited, it's important to note that this is still just a rumor. Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk mentioned it during an interview, saying that the Cowboys have talked to the Titans about a potential trade, but we don't know how far these talks have actually gone. It's all still in the air, and like Florio said, teams talk all the time, but it doesn't always lead to a deal. But let's think about it for a second. If this trade were to happen, what would it mean for the Cowboys? The possibility of moving up to the No. 1 pick could completely change the landscape of the team. It might take a lot to get there. Do you think the Cowboys should pull the trigger on this kind of deal? Would they have to include key players in the trade, like Micah Parsons, to make it happen? That's something to think about. So, Cowboys fan, here's my question for you. Do you think it's worth the risk to make this trade? What do you think it could mean for the future of the Cowboys? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on whether this is a move we should go for or if it's better to stay put. Alright, now that we've set the stage with the possibility of the Cowboys trading for the No. 1 pick, let's talk about what that actually means. The first overall pick in the NFL Draft is a huge deal. Just think about it. Over the years, it's been the starting point for some of the league's most legendary players. When you're picking first, you've got the opportunity to select a game changer, a player that could be the cornerstone of your franchise for years to come. But who could the Cowboys even pick if they made this move? Well, that's where it gets really interesting. There are some top-tier talents in the 2025 draft class that could fit perfectly with Dallas' needs. You've got prospects like quarterbacks, defensive studs, and offensive weapons that could completely reshape the team. If you're talking about filling a gap at quarterback or bolstering the defense, the Cowboys could get a player who can step in and make an impact right away. Let's take a closer look. Who do you think would be the best fit for the Cowboys if they land that No. 1 pick? Should they go for a quarterback to potentially replace Dak Prescott in the future, or maybe add a defensive player who could complement Micah Parsons and elevate the defense to the next level? It's a big decision, and it could dramatically alter the Cowboys' future trajectory. To give you a bit more context, let's compare it to what other teams have done with the first pick. In the past, teams with the top pick have either gone for a QB to be their franchise leader or a defensive monster who can change games. The choices made by other teams will tell you a lot about how the Cowboys could approach this opportunity. So, Cowboys fan, let's get your opinion. If Dallas lands the No. 1 pick, who do you think would be the best player to draft? Drop a comment below and let's have a little poll about who you think would make the biggest difference on the team. Should it be offense or defense? Let me know what you think. Alright, now that we've talked about the value of the No. 1 pick, let's dive into something that could make or break this potential trade: Micah Parsons. This guy is the face of the Cowboys defense and a player that many fans, including you, have grown to love. He's an absolute game changer. His speed, his football IQ, and his ability to impact every single play make him one of the most exciting players on the roster. So, let's consider the big question. If the Cowboys were serious about this trade, would they have to include Micah Parsons in the deal? Could it be worth it to part ways with one of the NFL's top defenders in exchange for a shot at the No. 1 pick? On the one hand, losing Parsons would be a huge blow to the defense. We've seen how dominant he is, and without him, the Cowboys' defense might lose some of its sting. On the other hand, landing that top pick could allow the Cowboys to grab a generational talent that could change the direction of the entire franchise. But does that justify trading away a player who's already proven himself to be elite? Let's be real here, Micah Parsons is one of the most valuable players on the Cowboys right now. His ability to rush the quarterback, cover in space, and make big plays is unmatched. So do you think the Cowboys should be willing to risk it all and trade him for a shot at the future? Or is Parsons untouchable, the kind of player who can't be replaced, no matter what you're getting in return? And here's where I want to hear from you, Cowboys fan. Would you be willing to trade Micah Parsons for the one pick in the draft? Or do you think he's off limits, no matter what the team could get in return? Cast your vote below or drop a comment and tell me why you feel that way. I'm really curious to know what you think. So we've talked about the potential trade, the value of the one pick, and the possibility of moving on from Micah Parsons, but now, let's zoom out a bit and think about what a trade of this magnitude would mean for the Dallas Cowboys in the long run. This isn't just about one draft, it's about reshaping the future of the team. If the Cowboys were to pull off this trade and land the one pick, they'd be making a massive commitment to the future. This pick would likely be the centerpiece of the team's rebuild or retooling process, and whoever they select would need to come in and make an immediate impact. It's a high-risk, high-reward situation. The Cowboys would be placing a huge bet on the future, hoping that the player they select can transform the team for years to come. But here's the thing, what if that pick doesn't work out? What if the player doesn't live up to the hype, or worse, gets injured early in their career? It's a lot of pressure on that one selection, and if the Cowboys lose too much in the trade, maybe Parsons or future draft picks, it could end up being a disastrous move. That being said, the rewards could be equally massive. If the Cowboys choose wisely, this move could put them in a prime position to compete for championships in the near future. A top pick could provide a star quarterback, a game-changing defensive player, or an offensive weapon that takes the team to the next level. With the right player, this could be the spark that finally gets Dallas back to the Super Bowl. I want to know what you think, though. Are the Cowboys in a position where they should go all in on a trade like this? Or should they play it safe and continue building with the solid pieces they already have? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is a debate I know you've been thinking about. Now that we've broken down the potential trade, the role of Micah Parsons, and what it could mean for the Cowboys' future, let's wrap this up and look ahead. The 2025 NFL Draft is shaping up to be a pivotal moment for the Cowboys. Whether they make a blockbuster move or stand pat and continue building their roster, it's clear that this draft could set the tone for the next chapter in the franchise's journey. If the Cowboys do decide to pull the trigger and go after that one pick, expect a ripple effect across the team. They would be taking a huge step toward getting younger, faster, and potentially more dynamic. However, if they choose to stick with what they've got, they still have a strong foundation. With the talent already in place, they could make strategic moves in the draft to address their needs and continue pushing for a Super Bowl. Ultimately, the 2025 draft is going to be one of the most important in recent years for the Cowboys. Whether they make a splash by trading up for the one pick or play it cool and build a balanced roster, this is a chance to set the direction for years to come. It's all about making smart decisions that align with their long-term goals. So, what do you think? Should the Cowboys go all in on a big trade for the one pick? Or should they stick to their guns and build a winning team from within? I'd love to hear your thoughts. This is your chance to let your voice be heard. Leave a comment, cast your vote, and let's see where you stand. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can stay updated on all the latest news, trades, and draft rumors. This is just the beginning, Cowboys fan. And we've got a lot to look forward to as we head into the 2025